Hi, so I bet you're wondering why I'm just showing you this big oversized grocery bag. Well, it's not meant to be a grocery bag. This was meant to be a secure box to contain a graphic novel in, but being the wonderful Bezos site, they just sent in this giant sized grocery bag. But miracle of miracles, it's actually turned up without any dings or any dents or tears or rips or anything. Hope I've not jinxed it now. But so I got the first volume of DC Finest Batman, which covered Batman Year 1, Year 2, and a host of other stories. This is Batman, The Killing Joke, and other stories. So, of course, Alan Moore doing The Killing Joke, Mike W. Barr doing a lion's share of the comics, including um, Batman Son of the Demon with Jerry Bingham. So this also covers Batman 413 to 422, Detective Comics 580 to 589, of course the aforementioned Killing Joke and Son of the Demon. So you get over 600 pages, $39.99. When you think about a Marvel Epic now goes for $49.99. This is over 600 pages. Marvel Epics the modern ones tend to go no more than 350 to 380 pages. There's a few wankers going past who are going to the Oasis concert. I hate them. I hate Oasis. um, uh, the most I've seen is like a 500-page one, which goes for $55. So the DC ones tend to go between 500 to 650 pages, and none of them are more than $39.99. So it really is good value. So let's just have a quick flick through. So this was when you could buy Batman in, not just in comic shops, but you could get them in the UK newsagents, in America drugstores. And I used to get this every month when I was at art college, and I used to pick this up on my way back. And it's just a great feeling. So you had Jim Aparo, who I hated back then, and now he's my favourite Batman artist. Go figure. I appreciate the simplicity because it's deceptively simple. And then other classic artists like Jim Bakey. Mike W. Barr was very underappreciated as a Batman writer. He's done some solid stuff, and the stuff he did with Batman on the Outside is really good. So this was the graphic novel that he did. It was an oversized one back in the 80s, what he did with Jerry Bingham. I remember having it first, one of my Christmas presents, and I adored it. Somehow it got lost in the mists of time, but so I'm pleased to have this back and to reread it and see if it still holds the same appeal. And this has now been added into continuity, because this is basically the unofficial origin of Damian Wayne. So yeah, pleased to have that in it. And so we go back to more Aparo goodness, and you have Joe Duffy on, and then Jim Starlin comes on for a spell. I think Max Allen Collins comes on, and then you also have the classic, what's become a classic run now, of Alan Grant and Noam Brayfogle on, I think it's on Detective, as you can see. And I think John Wagner did some as well. But this was a great story. 10 Nights of the Beast, gorgeous Mike Zeck arts on the covers, Jim Aparo goodness inside with writing by Jim Starlin. Fantastic, very underrated story. Oh, that was good. Rat Trap with a rat catcher. Yeah, John Wagner and Alan Grant, they both did it. And I think Steve Mitchell came on later as the inker for No Brayfogle, but it was in his initial artwork, he did both penciling and inking, which was not something you saw very often back in the 80s. So he was like bringing on the change in artwork. Mark Bright, who's more well known for doing Green Lantern. But of course you want to see what it looks like for The Killing Joke, so let's move on. Can we just look at that cover though? Great cover, The Burning Pit. I remember that cover, very iconic, very eye-catching. So let's have a look for The Killing Joke. Sorry, I just want to go back and look at this Batman silhouette. That is fantastic, isn't it? Just wonderful. And then Dean Haspiel, who's more well known for doing indie stuff, very distinctive style. But I did mistake it for Rick Burchett when I was looking through this before. And then The Killing Joke. What I'm pleased about this, I was worried that they're going to use the modern colouring, which kind of made it look samey. But they've kept the John Higgins colours, and it's wonderful in all its garishness. I love this original colouring on it. So yeah, very pleased with that. It's 600 and 7 pages of story, and you just got that on the back. So no extras, but come on, it's $39.99 for over 600 pages. What more do you want? I'd rather pay just $40, and I only paid £22 for it, than pay an extra $10 just for extras in the back. So very, very pleased with that. Got the nice matching spine. So I'm going to be carrying on getting my classic Batman stories in this format. I'm going to get the Red Rain one what's coming out in September, I think. That covers the period before the first Batman book, before Batman Year One. And I think I'll go back up to like the Marshall Rogers 70s era of Batman, but I won't go any further back. I don't want to do no interest in this in the camp 60s, 50s and the Golden Age stuff. I'll just keep it like the from Bronze Age, I think, going upwards. But yeah, very happy with that. I'm also hoping to get Metamorpho. Not sure about Legion. I like Paul Levitt's on Legion, and I'm a bit nervous about trying Jim Shooter's Legion. But I will get Batgirl eventually. And there's another one I want to try. The Team Up book appeals to me because it's got a Aparo artwork in. There's just loads, and there's loads of good ones coming out soon. There's a horror one, there's a war one, the Monkey Planet one, or Monkey Stories, whatever it's called, or Ape Stories, I forgot what it's called now. I might get that, but it's 50s DC, so I'm going to watch a few reviews before deciding. But anyway, I'm waffling. It was meant to be a 1-minute video, this. I can't do it. Hope you enjoyed this. Tomorrow I will be recording some proper review, highly recommended videos. Not highly recommended by people, but just by me. More of a manga focus. I want to introduce manga to people if you're scared of trying it. These are like easy ones to find access, and I'll explain why. And I might do a review of some recent American comics I've read. I've only picked up a few. There's a reason why, and you'll see if I do a review of them. Because I'm not getting comics until after Manchester MegaCon next Sunday, because I want to spend a lot of money there on stuff I don't need but I want, and then because then I get paid like a few days later, so I can just get my 3 weeks worth of comics without worrying about buying food and stuff. Okay, so that's it. Speak to you soon. Bye.